Based on how you're playing right now and maybe the last 3 months, are you the best player in the world at the moment?
Again? Yes.
Probably the best player in the Premier League right now.
Maybe Chelsea think that's disrespect, but I think Hazard's too good for Chelsea right now.
Switch on the TV, look at him, and you immediately realize his qualities.
Giving the ball to Eden Hazard. Wow. Not too bad, to be honest.
Eden Hazard, one of the greatest footballers of his generation. A man who has won trophies at every club he's played for, often being the standout player. Earlier this year, Eden announced he was going to be retiring from football at just age 32. But just how good was he? Eden started his professional career at Lille after being signed to their academy at 16 years old. He rose through the ranks quickly and made his debut for the club in late 2007 when he was still only 16. It wasn't until the following season that he would be promoted to the first team permanently. Within a month of his breakout season, he was already breaking club records. In September 2008, Hazard became the club's youngest ever goal scorer after coming off the bench against Auxerre to inspire a late comeback. He scored a further 5 goals in all competitions and provided 2 assists. Along with his effortless dribbling and skill on the ball, this was enough for Eden to become the first international player to win Ligue 1's Young Player of the Year. The following season, after becoming an established starter for Lille, he became the first player to win the Young Player of the Year award twice. His performances were influential in helping Lille secure Champions League football. He was nominated for Ligue 1's Player of the Year, but narrowly missed out. That didn't matter, however. He would go on to win the award the following season, as he carried Lille to their first Ligue 1 in 57 years, as well as winning the Coupe de France, scoring 7 goals and providing 11 assists. Eden once again broke a record for the 3rd year in a row, becoming the youngest player to ever win the Player of the Year award. Having established himself as one of the best left wingers in the world at just 20 years old, the following season he recorded his best output to date, scoring 20 goals and having 18 assists in the league. This kind of form is why Chelsea came knocking and signed him for £32 million. He stayed at Chelsea for 7 memorable years. During this time, Eden played the best football of his career. Whilst at Chelsea, he won 2 Premier Leagues, 2 Europa Leagues, an FA Cup, and also the League Cup. Individually, he won the PFA's Player of the Year in 2015, as well as being Chelsea's player on 4 separate occasions: 2014, 2015, 2017, and 2019, his final season at the club. He made 352 appearances in all competitions, scoring 110 goals and providing 92 assists. Eden Hazard made his league debut for Chelsea against Wigan in August 2012. He produced 2 moments of magic within the first 10 minutes. First of all, he produces a lovely assist for Ivanovic 2 minutes into the game through a lovely turn and pass to set him free on goal. Then just 5 minutes later, he is dancing around the Wigan box and is inevitably brought down, winning a penalty which Lampard slots home. This impressive cameo let the Chelsea fans know they had an absolute gem on their hands. He played 63 games that season, scoring 13 goals and had 24 assists in all competitions. The following season, he kept up his fine form, scoring 14 goals in the league and had 9 assists. This was enough to earn him PFA Young Player of the Year, and also finished as the runner-up to Luis Suarez for the PFA Player of the Year award. To be fair to Eden, that season from Suarez, in my opinion, was the greatest year by an attacker in Premier League history, so there is no shame in missing out. History has a funny way of repeating itself. Just like in Lille, he followed up a 2nd-place finish by winning PFA Player of the Year the next year, after leading Chelsea to a league and cup double under Jose Mourinho. This was one of Eden's better seasons. Every time he got the ball, it looked like he was going to make something happen.
In love with football in this country, people must be in love with Eden Hazard.
Eden Hazard continued to be arguably the best player in the league until he left, collecting more trophies and more personal accolades on the way. However, with Mo Salah's recent dominance, I feel as if Eden has become a slight victim of Mo's success. Often, When comparing the two, the first metric people go to is the goals and assists each of them has put up. Salah's numbers are ridiculous since joining Liverpool, the best any wide player has ever put up in the Premier League. This often results in people disregarding Hazard's impact on the league whilst at Chelsea. In terms of play style, Eden Hazard is the closest player to Lionel Messi the Premier League has ever had. He could effortlessly glide past players whilst the ball being glued to his feet. He was able to orchestrate the Chelsea attack for years. When they looked down and out, Eden would regularly bail them out, creating moments out of nothing. During his 7 years at Chelsea, Eden attempted and completed the most dribbles in the league, as well as drawing the most fouls. When he wasn't being hacked down, he was putting it on a plate for his Chelsea teammates. He created 595 chances whilst at Chelsea, which was the most by any player since his arrival, beating some of this generation's best playmakers, David Silva, Mesut Ozil and Christian Eriksen. Not only was he doing this at club level, he could produce this quality on the biggest international stage, the World Cup, after failing to make a significant impact at the 2014 World Cup. Eden was in most people's eyes the best player at the tournament in 2018. He ended up coming second in the Golden Ball to Luka Modric, who would go on to win the Ballon d'Or later that year, as Belgium managed to finish third. Eden finished the tournament with the highest match rating of 8.53, after collecting 4 man of the matches from the 6 games he played. Only Harry Kane and Antoine Griezmann had more goal contributions than Hazard's 5. In typical Hazard fashion, he also finished the tournament completing more dribbles and winning more fouls than anyone else. After years of performing at the highest level for club and country, Eden finally got his dream move to play for Real Madrid. In the summer of 2019, he joined Madrid for a whopping £103 million. Unfortunately, this move ended up being a disaster. Having initially signed as one of the best players in the world, Hazard's 4-year spell at Madrid is something no one would have predicted. Hazard arrived at his first pre-season overweight, which caused him to miss the start of the La Liga season whilst he got back up to speed. The early days weren't too bad. He displayed some of the performances he was renowned for doing at Chelsea week in, week out. However, in a Champions League game against PSG, Hazard damaged his ankle in a way that he never managed to recover from. Ankle injuries would haunt Eden for the remainder of his career. It is said that he suffered 18 different injuries whilst in Spain, causing him to miss out on 77 games across 4 years. As Eden struggled to be fit, Vinicius Jr. was now on the rise and had fully cemented himself as Madrid's left winger for the foreseeable future. This is why, in 2023, his contract was terminated and Eden announced he would be retiring. After 16 years playing professional football, Eden will go down as one of the best players in his generation, an absolute Chelsea legend.